Picks and Spears, and I can tell you that Ron Curran is fine. Unfortunately, the rig is damaged and won't be taking any further part, but Ron Curran, the Australian pilot, is fine. Into the front, it is number S, Stacey Seller and Kerry McLeod once again, but we've got a different man in second place. It's the Prentice brothers, Stuart and Darren.
Phil Law and Ravenwood's in a good position as well.
Yeah, watch for number 2 because they chased the Australians home in the first heat. Remember, this is the Trans-Tasman Challenge, if you like, brought to you by SsangYong, as are all the Australian sidecars, along with McCulloch Transport and Aircom Systems. It is Stacey Seller and McLeod out in the front. Already a change for second. 53's got up Steve Braun and Dion Weed, the locals on the Yamaha-powered rig.
Yeah, they're going to be getting the loudest cheer of all next to the good old boys in the classic sidecar race.
Well, that's right. Perhaps we should mention people that are looking forward to seeing the boys in the Triumph get it sideways all the way around Wanganui. There are 2 sections of sidecars today. There is the Premier class, if you like, and there's the Post-Classics. This is the Premier class. It's the Trans-Tasman Challenge. S, 53 and 2, the order. So Phil Law and Gus Ravenswood starting to come into contention as well.
Quite a combination of units too. We've got a Yamaha 1000, a Honda 1100 and a Suzuki 1000. So all sorts of combinations out there.
And one thing we should mention, Paul, is the fact that the rig on your screen there, number S and the SsangYong colours, that is absolutely state-of-the-art.
Did you see that, Phil? Right around the outside.
Wow.
Fearless.
They say there's close racing in sidecars, and Steve Braun knows that firsthand now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of, well, a little bit of payback if it's available.
Yeah, you might be getting a few finger directions shortly.
Who knows?
How to find the pub.
These guys are aggressive, there's no doubt about that. But with all that coming together, it means that it is the New Zealand number 2 pairing of Phil Law and Angus Ravenswood that's gone through into second place.
The boys from Gisborne, go!
And quite a heritage for Gisborne in sidecar racing.
Very popular locals down there.
Dave Gooch, a big supporter of motorsport and sidecars in particular, and they are Phil Law and Gus Ravenswood, main sponsor, number 2. Now, what I was saying before, yes, it's a state-of-the-art rig. Some of these rigs behind them are 10 and 15 years of age. They just make subtle adjustments season to season, but the one that is leading, Stacey Seller and Kerry McLeod, an LCR, capable of winning the World Championship.
You know, I think half the fun with these sidecars is the engineering that goes on the weekend with the mechanics and the team and just fettling and trying to improve them.
I'm sure you're right, because a lot of them are backyard operations. Some of them a lot more professional. And how's that? How cool do you want to be? Steve Braun and Dion Weed waving to our cameraman.
He'll be stopping for autographs shortly.
Oh, and there's been a problem there, number 2. Well, he was in second place. This is Phil Law and Gus Ravenswood. I think they've spun, and that's allowed Dave Annan and Phil Duthie to come into contention as well. And Dave Annan, well, there's a story in that in itself. He's suffering from Campylobacter, and if you've ever had that ailment, it's not very nice when you're trying to do anything physical.
I'm sure he's got the bottom of his leathers duct taped up close.
Absolutely. We might not carry that conversation on much longer. S, Seller and
there you
McLeod
go, Phil.
in the front.
There goes the fingers pointing which way to the pub.
Well, we said there's been retribution, and there it is for all to see. 53, the local lads on the Yamaha from Wanganui. That is Steve Braun and Dion Weed. They're currently in second place. It's number 2, and that is Phil Law and Angus Ravenswood trying to argue that position at the moment. They've come back from a spin, so they're doing a fantastic job. And behind them, I think it'll be 27, Dave Annan and Phil Duthie. Out on the front, though, make no mistake, it's still the Australians, Stacey Seller and Kerry McLeod. This, though, the battle on your screen. Race winner comes through to take the checkered flag. Seller and McLeod make it 2 for 2 in the sidecars. In second place, it will be Braun and Dion Weed on the Yamaha from Wanganui. And in third place, it'll be Phil Law and Angus Ravenswood. Second and final heat now of the Robert Holden